Very welcome back to the show. Now, we're determined here on the show to get people off the smokes for the new year. Last week, our very own producer started a process of kicking her 20 cigarettes a day habit. She's been smoking for a long time. And today we're focusing on things to beat the cravings.
Yes, Boots Pharmacist Paula Reilly is here now to guide us through the initial stages of kicking the habit, and she's going to tell us, I suppose, the best way to do it and the health benefits. Paula, just remind ourselves of why you should do this, because really somebody thinking of giving up loves to be reminded of everything good about it.
True, and there's endless benefits of giving up smoking. Like, quite quickly you'll notice that your blood pressure will start to come down, your heart rate will start to come down. After a few days, your sense of smell and taste will return, your energy levels will increase and your breathing will improve. But when you look at it long term, the health benefits, like your risk of having a heart attack will halve within a year, within 12 months.
Within 12 months?
Yeah, which is huge.
That is a massive, and that literally could end your life.
Yeah.
You know, something that could end your life will have in a year.
If you look at the money side of it, Paula, because I gave up smoking cigarettes maybe around 10 years ago, and I was smoking maybe around 20 a day. And when you stack it all up every day and every week and then put it into a year, you're saving around 4,000 or 5,000.
Well,
Oh yeah, they say 3,000 to 5,000, depending on how many cigarettes you smoke a day, you can save each year, which is huge.
Massive.
Yeah.
It is a big deal to undertake, though, and Dee Newarchin, our producer, who's actually undertaking this with help as well. The reality is, you know, it's no mean feat to take this on if you smoked for a long time either. No,
it's not, and it's important not to underestimate that. But it's also important to be aware that, you know, you might try giving up multiple times and you may not succeed. You know, most people won't necessarily succeed on the first time, but you absolutely can. But don't give up. Keep trying. You will get there. Plenty of people have done it, and you can give up.
But I think when you're off the cigarettes, keep going, because there are three things that stand out in my life. Okay, one of them is my leaving cert, getting my degree, and giving up smoking. I would actually have them all kind of up there.
Such a huge achievement.
It is such a huge achievement, particularly for people who smoke for a long time and smoke lots of cigarettes.
Now, I suppose it's tough for a little while after it, and maybe for a long time, but the first thing is you will cough up, and you may cough up some tar, so be prepared for that. Is that right?
Yeah, that's normal. And coughing is one kind of sign or symptom that you might have when you give up smoking. But that's completely normal when you think about all the kind of things you've been ingesting from the cigarettes over the last number of years. So that'll just help clear the chest as such. So, you know, the first few weeks will be difficult, but it will get easier as time goes on.
Okay, now you shouldn't be afraid to use some smoking aids, especially if you're a heavy smoker. You've brought some of these with you.
Yeah, it's important to be aware that nicotine is addictive. So, you know, it isn't easy to give up something that you do become dependent on. But there's plenty out there. You may be familiar with nicotine support, replacement therapy in the forms of gums and various different things that will just help with, I suppose, ease that.
And everyone's different, Paula. Somebody will like chewing a gum. Other people will actually like holding something physical in their hand, like a cigarette as well.
That's important to actually point out. So you may have heard that, you know, your friend used patches or used the gum, so you're just automatically going to buy that. But actually, that might not be the best product for you.
How do you know what is, though, Paula? Is it trial and error?
What I would say is, anyone coming into the pharmacy asking and are interested in giving up, I'd ask them a number of questions to kind of determine which product is most suitable to them, because they all have different advantages. So it's important, as I said, to get the right one for you.
Okay, so the patches, for example, just take people through them. I'm sure lots of people know it releases nicotine automatically over a period. Is that right?
Yeah, so there's a 16-hour patch and a 24-hour patch. The 24-hour one would be for someone who wakes up in the morning craving a cigarette. So it'll help give that nicotine across the 24-hour period. If you don't wake up craving a cigarette, then the 16-hour one would be sufficient. But the idea, I suppose, behind that is it's quite discreet. So if you don't want people to know that you're on patches, nobody's going to see it. You put it on, you take it off again that night or the following morning. It is quite discreet, but then not suitable for everyone. If you have sensitive skin, you might have a reaction to it, or the adhesive in it. So it just really depends on the person.
Are there different doses, are they?
Yeah, depending on how many cigarettes you smoke a day.
Okay, so if you were a heavy smoker, say on 30 or 40 cigarettes a day, you'd put on a patch that is fairly heavy.
Exactly. So
and do you kind of wean yourself off it then?
You do. So you'd start on step 1, which would be a higher amount of nicotine in it, and you would generally stay on that for about 6 weeks, and then you would go to step 2 for 2 weeks and step 3 for another 2 weeks.
So you're coming down naturally off the drug. Does it matter where can you put it, on your arm or your leg, or does it matter?
No, as long as it's a hairless area, so it's going to, I suppose, adhere to the area and stay in place, and that you don't have anything rubbing against it that could remove it.
Okay.
It's fair to say, Paul, as well, you need a small bit of willpower. Or a lot of willpower.
I'd say you need 80% willpower myself.
Yeah, completely. And you have to be in the right mind frame. And what I would say is...
You have to want to give them up.
You have to want to give it up for your own reasons, but plan it as well. You know, don't just suddenly say, you know, today I'm going to just give up and just give up. Do plan it, you know, make people around you aware that you want to give up. Start thinking about when you're going to be most likely, I suppose, to have a cigarette and how you're going to overcome that. It might be when you're out socialising with friends or whatever that might be for you. you. But you need to find, be prepared in how you're going to cope with that.
Okay. We have chewing gum as well, and that's kind of releasing it as you chew. Is that right?
Exactly.
We see a lot of people at the beginning using chewing gum.
Yeah, and it's not like your standard chewing gum where you keep chewing it. You chew it till the flavour gets strong, and then you park it in the side of your cheek, and then you chew it again. But yeah, that will give you kind of, for anyone who has sudden cravings, you can control when you're taking the nicotine in, and you can take it as you need it throughout the day as such. So you're controlling how much nicotine you're taking in.
Paula, what are the 4 Ds?
Yeah, so they're just, I suppose, a mechanism of dealing with cravings. So the first one is to distract yourself.
If you get a really bad craving.
If you get a really bad craving, yeah. So like it might be going for a walk, it might be reading a book, it might be having a shower, brushing your teeth, whatever that is for you. You just need to find
Drinking water,
out.
people say it's very good as well.
Yes, that's one of the other Ds. Drink a glass of water, take deep breaths, and then also delay. So a craving will only generally last about 3 to 5 minutes. If you can kind of delay, distract yourself for that time, the craving can pass.
And you're going to get them. You are going
to
get them.
Yeah,
you are.
And you need to be
ready
prepared
for them.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So you need to know what's going to work for you, and everyone will be different in terms of what works for them.
Okay, so drink water, as you said as well, and that's really important. And also the Stop for Good service. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so what they say is the nicotine replacement therapy is great, but in addition to that, it's good if you have kind of some behavioural support as well. The Boots Stop for Good programme is exactly that. So it's a 12-week programme where you can sign up to the programme, and you will have one-to-one consultation with trained advisors that will help you across that 12-week period, giving you hints, tips. They'll have come across plenty of people in a similar, situation trying to give up, and then you'll get various different rewards throughout that 12 weeks as well.
Oh, that's good. Well, at least we get a treat at the end. You might,
exactly.
might entice you. Yeah. I think treats are important in every part of life.
Well, you'll also have the treat of maybe a nice holiday or something as well with all the money you're saving.
Yeah, exactly. If you get other treats that people give you things.
I found when I gave them up, like say you spoke earlier on, Paul, about tasting things again. Oh my God, you taste everything. Everything tastes way nicer. You have so much energy, don't you?
Definitely, your energy levels start to increase and everything. Your breathing. There's loads of benefits of giving up. Definitely.
When you talk about the Stop for Good programme, can you call someone? Is there a therapist, not a therapist, but a person that you can actually chat to if you're feeling that you're...
Well, with the programme, you have the one advisor as such that you're going to be paired with. So you can call them at any stage, and they may also phone you at different stages to check in and see how you're getting on.
It's almost like a bit of a crutch. I think there's no harm in that in the beginning, especially.
And some people need that, but it has been proven that people are more successful if they do have that support as well.
I think you're twice as successful to give up if you use something.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's huge, isn't it?
It is huge.
Really?
Yeah.
I think our producer Deanie Vorty went down the right road of public shaming as well. Because I did this years ago. When I gave them up, I told everyone I was giving up cigarettes, and then I said, "Oh my God, I can't actually be seen with a cigarette now, or they'll think I'm an idiot, or they look down on me." So actually, that kept me going. So the public shaming part is good, along with everything else as well.
I suppose tell people. Some people are weird though about that. They kind of feel.
True, everyone is different, but we would encourage you to tell people around you that you are giving up.
To tell your family all that.
Because you won't smoke in front of them. You won't be likely. And if you do get one of these urges, and for example, if I told Maura, "Oh my God, I want a cigarette," "Oh my God, Maura's there, I can't have one," and that's a part
of the distraction. Going though, isn't it? So and you probably should think about it, because one of the things we discussed last week, we talked about the HSE and all that the programs to give up and different things. Like your own program. When Dee was here, she was like smoking a million that day, thinking that's it and I'm never going to smoke. And she was like on crack smoking. And then they were like, "Don't just do that. You must prepare this a day to come down. You must decide on that time. So don't just run out the door and just never, throw everything in the bin and go mad."
The same, when anyone comes into us looking to stop, we would go through like a range of questions and send them home to kind of do a diary and think about everything before they plan a date that they're actually going to give up.
Well, Paula, thank you so much. As always, of course, more information on that, of course, all about the cigarettes, you can pop onto boots.ie and you get all the information as well for that programme, that somebody can help you along the way. So good luck to you if you are giving up.